Hi and welcome to the ship tour of Explora I. This was our 6-day cruise from Istanbul to Athens. And in this video we're going to give you a deck by deck, front to back tour of Explora I. We will cover, of course, all those pools, all the facilities, all the entertainment and all those lovely restaurants. Embarking is fairly straightforward. Once you've got through immigration, you just follow the signpost to Explora I and they have lots of people to point you in the right direction. You get on board, you go through security, and then they direct you to the Journeys lounge on deck 4. So on deck 14 we have the sports court, the outdoor fitness, and it's also home to the Sky Bar, which is a quiet spot for sea views and sunsets and sundowners. If you like it quiet, mornings are best before everybody comes up after lunch. It is also a great place to be for sail away, when you get excellent views over the stern of the ship. And if you stay here long enough after sail away, they'll often have a DJ and a party up on deck 14. You'll also get the view of the Atoll pool all lit up. As we head on down to deck 12, you'll come across the Helios pool. The Helios bar is at the front of the ship and gives you great views as well. And like all pools on Explora, you're never too far away from a drink. The Helios bar is just around the corner and it comes with a smoking area. And if you're never too far from one of the bars, you're probably even closer to one of the hot tubs. And up on deck 12, you've got two of the best towards the back of the ship. If you're not too worried about swimming, then up here is probably your best bet. It has cabanas, and just so you know, we took this video on a sea day and there was still plenty of space. Also, the Sky Bar is just up one level, so you can still get your drinks. But if that's too much trouble for you, they will still deliver to your cabana. But if you are feeling a little bit more energetic, then you can go along the running track to the front of the ship and go get your own drinks from the Helios bar. That's also pretty quiet. And if you have more energy than we do, you can even try out the 250-meter long running track up on deck 12. Deck 11 is one of the main hubs of the ship, and we'll start off with everyone's favourite, the Emporium Marketplace. This was our favourite restaurant on the whole ship. It's open for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and it's Explora's take on a buffet, except that nearly all the stations here will make your food fresh. The choice of food and how they cook it is just outstanding. They had everything from oysters to lobsters to Angus beef in their burgers, all served with champagne and a smile. And the Emporium Marketplace is the centre of deck 11, but if you head forward, you'll come to the Conservatory, and the Conservatory is where you'll see that stunning pool. The Conservatory pool also has a big screen where they can show movies and sporting events, and it has a retractable roof, so if the weather does close in, you can still go swimming. And of course, with all pools in Explora, the bar is only a few steps away. And you have an added bonus on deck 11 with the gelateria and creperie being just next to the pool. It is the biggest pool on the ship and it is the most popular. The best time we found to go was in the mornings, just after breakfast. You don't have to take towels, they have them on the benches, on the sunbeds, and when you're finished you just put them in the basket and the staff will put a new one on straight away. You can get your lengths done in this pool. It may not be the deepest, but it's definitely deep enough to swim. You also have two more hot tubs right next to the Conservatory pool. One is dedicated for children, infants and their parents. And as good as the Conservatory pool looks in the day, it looks even better at night. Though perhaps not my choice of movie. And as you keep moving forward on deck 11, you'll come to the Nautilus Club, which is the children's club, and the chef's kitchen. The chef's kitchen is a cooking class where you can go and cook and then eat in the attached dining room. It does come at an extra cost, and if you want to know what's not included in your Explora cruise, then you can check out the video on the channel. Right outside the chef's kitchen, you have a scale model of the Explora 1 where you can check out where your cabin is. And then you come to the Explorer Lounge. Now this is where they will hold the afternoon teas between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, or tea o'clock as we called it, but in the evenings it turns into an entertainment venue, and it's where you can obviously get drinks, and you can also listen to the singers and the musicians that they'll put on here each night. The Explorer Lounge also has an outside area at the front, and it has two of the most powerful telescopes I've ever seen. It's also incredibly quiet. And just for your information, it is another smoking area. And if you go all the way around the Explorer Lounge, you'll come out the other side and see the malt whiskey bar and the cigar lounge. And actually the cigar lounge and the whiskey bar, they're like a nod to a forgotten era. They're like an old speakeasy from the 1920s, and on such a modern ship, it's actually quite a nice contrast. And what definitely isn't a throwback to a forgotten era is the pool on deck 10, which is the Atoll pool. It's a beautiful sun trap. There's not an awful lot of shade on this one, but the pool itself is great for spending sea days. And as you can see, also great for spending port days when it's really, really quiet. It does have a bar right next to it, so if you are in need of a drink, you can just go around the corner and grab one. The views over the stern at night are also excellent when it's lit up. If you're looking for something on deck 10 that's a little bit more energetic than sunbathing, then the fitness center is also just down from the Atoll bar and the Atoll pool. And even though the fitness center is a little small, it does come fully fitted with techno gym equipment, including cross bikes, treadmills, and a full weight set. Also, all group classes are included in the price of your cruise. Also on deck 10 you have a self-service launderette, and on deck 9, and once you've finished exercising your body in the gym, you can try and head to the launderette to exercise your brain, because you do kind of need a degree to work out how to use these. And we'll jump down to deck 5 because decks 9, 8, 7 and 6 are all cabins. We do have a video on our cabin 6049 which you should check out if you're doing an ocean terrace suite, because it has the best balcony on the ship. But at the back of the ship on deck 5 you do have the Astern pool, which is beautiful to look at and a great place to spend the day. It is very shallow though, it only came up to my knees, but for a place just to cool off in the day's heat, it's a great spot. It's also right next to the outside section of Sakura restaurant, which is also on deck 5, and if you're feeling peckish you can get bento boxes or even help yourself to the sushi and sashimi that they've got at lunchtime. Now Sakura is open for dinner and occasionally for lunch times. It's consistently rated on YouTube, at least, as the best restaurant on the ship. However, we do live in Asia, so we do have access to a lot of good Asian food. It was good, but we do think the Emporium Marketplace on deck 11 was better. And as I'm sure you've seen on many other YouTube videos, Sakura serves upscale Asian cuisine. Bye-bye. Cheers, mate. And right opposite the entrance to Sakura is the Astern Lounge, which is where they hold a lot of trivia, a lot of quizzes, and it's also where they keep the 70,000, I heard, US dollar pool table. So usually this place doesn't open till about 5. It does lead into the pool table. I'm sure you've seen in other videos of this thing. It's basically balanced, and my thought was, how does that work? How does it deal with the sea but not with people leaning on it? And I still don't know the answer. I asked, but nobody knew. And as you come out the Astern Lounge, you'll go through the art gallery, which has screen prints of Andy Warhol and Roy Lichtenstein. Apparently, I didn't spot it, but they did have an original Andy Warhol on at some point. And if looking at the soup cans makes you hungry, this is also the same floor that Marble & Co., the steakhouse, is on. Marble & Co. is guaranteed once per sailing, but if you're lucky, maybe you'll get to try it twice. Just down from Marble & Co. is the Crema Cafe, which is the main coffee shop on board, and it will do all your specialty coffees, and it also serves food, little finger sandwiches and little cakes throughout the day. They also have some of the best chocolate in that little jar there that you could get on board a ship. If you're a smoker, it's also where one of the smoking areas on board is, just outside on deck 5. We do have a video on smoking areas in case you're interested on the channel. On deck 5 you also have Anthology, which is the only real upcharge restaurant on board, and it offers you fine dining, Italian style currently, though they will change the menu as time goes on. We got this included in our cruise, but if it's not, it does cost about $500 for 2 people if you have the wine pairing. And at the front of the ship you have the Ocean Wellness Spa, which is a pretty big space, we thought. It is accessible to you within your cruise fare. You don't have to pay extra unless you want treatments, which they come at an upcharge. And it comes with sauna, steam room, salt room, relaxation room, and of course a big hot tub in the middle, and even an outside area. It's definitely worth a look. And that's it for deck 5. Now straight underneath the spa on deck 4 you have the Journeys Lounge. This is the main entertainment venue where they put on the shows. It's also where on the first day or the first couple of days the captain will do a Q&A, and it's where you're going to see your entertainment. We do have a video on the channel that shows you the 6 nights of entertainment we had in this lounge, so you can watch that and judge for yourself. There is only a small casino on board the Explora I, and it's located just outside the Explora Journeys lounge. But it's fully functional and it does have everything you need, gaming tables and slot machines. And whether you win or lose, if you keep on going, you'll come to the lobby bar where you can get a free drink, or you will come to the shops on deck 4 where you can spend your winnings. The lobby bar has got the iconic staircase and the 2-floor atrium, and it's where you get those iconic Explorer photos. Now on one side of the ship you have a set of four shops called the Journey, which is where you can pick up your essentials if handbags, scarves, clothes are essentials. But the very last shop does have something a little bit more practical, like snacks, if you would ever need them on board. And on the other side of the ship you have 4 watch shops. You have Pantai, Piaget, Cartier and the famous Rolex shop, which when we were on board you actually had to make an appointment to go and look at the watches. The upside, if you buy them, you can take them straight away. No waiting list here. And then towards the back of the ship again you have the final 2 restaurants on board. That's Fil Rouge, which is the French inspired restaurant, and you have the Yacht Club. Now both Fil Rouge, which you can see here, and the Yacht Club are the no booking restaurants, so you can just turn up and go in. I mean, it probably makes sense to book, but you don't have to. Whereas with Marble & Co and Sakura, you do have to book. We did try all the restaurants on board. Our favourite was the Emporium Marketplace. It's their take on a buffet upstairs. It really is superb food in there. But the Yacht Club was good, and we definitely wanted to try the hazelnut dessert that is hazelnut chocolate and ice cream. It's like a massive Ferrero Rocher. And we'll just give you a quick view of deck 3. This is actually deck 4 where you pick up your tender tickets, because when you get off the boat to do a tender or when you disembark, you will be going to deck 3. The tender process is pretty easy. They give you a colour-coded piece of card and then they shout your colour and off you go downstairs to get on the boat. And from there it drops you off in the port. Now we only had one on our trip, one tender port, and that was Paros, but you still take the same exit when you come out for normal port stops as well. Yep. And that's basically Explora 1. We didn't want to go into too much detail because half the fun is actually exploring the boat on your own. The clue is in the name. Hopefully it's still been useful to you though, and if it has, don't forget to press that like button and check out the other videos on the channel where we cover cruising, travel and of course Explorer. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.